Does God care for the lonely? In Psalm 68 verse 4 to 6 it says, "Sing unto God, sing praises to his name. Extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name Jah, and rejoice before him." And then it goes on to identify the name of God with a characteristic. It goes on to identify the name of God with the experience of the lonely, the forsaken, and the oppressed. So does God care for the lonely, the forsaken, and oppressed? A father of the fatherless and a judge of the widows is God in his holy habitation. God setteth the solitary in families. He bringeth out those which are bound with chains, but the rebellious dwell in a dry land. So does God care about the lonely, the forsaken, and oppressed, beloved? Does God care about you in your situation, your personal, present situation today? If he did not care, he would not have forever identified himself, his name, with your experience. So he calls himself the Father of the fatherless and the Judge of the widows. And these are both experiences of loneliness, of being forsaken, or of being oppressed, beloved. So God cares about your situation because he identifies himself. He identifies his name with it. He is invested in relieving you from your experience of loneliness, of being forsaken, and of being oppressed. When you look at James chapter 1 verse 27, it says, "Pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this, to what? Visit the fatherless and the widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world." So where God is concerned, he wants the widows, he wants the fatherless to receive relief from their loneliness, from their feelings of being forsaken, and from their oppression. And even in Exodus chapter 22, he made it a law. And verse 22 says, "Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child." So God is with you. God is fighting for you in your experience of loneliness, of being forsaken, and being oppressed. God is on your side, and he will hear your prayer. Notice, "Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry." So beloved, in your loneliness, in your affliction, and in your oppression, you have a special line to God. God is going to give you a special ear. You are valuable to God in your experience right now. If people are oppressing you and afflicting you, and if you are lonely, God is closest to you at this time. Do not believe that God is not with you. He is keeping you. He is by your side because he has connected his name to your experience. When he connects his name to your experience, that means your experience is highly valuable to him, and he draws close to you because he is the comforter. He is the only one that can comfort you, that can fill the hole, the void, the chasm that is in your life, is in your heart, is in your experience right now. So whatever you are going through, whether you've lost a spouse, whether you lost a loved one, whether you are in a state of loss, in a state of grief, whether you're in a state of oppression, whether you are down and out or under the weight of the burdens of life, God has connected himself with your experience, and he identifies himself as the Father of the fatherless, the Judge of the widows. God is here to help you in your situation, and you can cry out to him. You have a special line to God right now in the experience that you are going through. And it goes on to say in verse 24, he says, "I would surely hear their cry," in verse 23. And in verse 24, "If someone is oppressing you, woe be unto them." and my wrath shall wax hot. And I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. And so God is adamant that he is a defender of the defenseless. In Deuteronomy chapter 27 verse 18 to 20, it says, Cursed be he that maketh the blind to wander out of the way. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that perverteth the judgment of the stranger, fatherless, and widow. So God is the father of the fatherless. He is a judge of the widow. He is for those who are lonely, forsaken, and oppressed. And finally, in Malachi chapter 3 verse 5, it says, And I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, and against the adulterers, and against false swearers, and against those that oppress the hireling in his wages, the widow and the fatherless. And so God is against them that are against you. God is against them that are oppressing you, that you are working and they're not paying you your money. God is against them. God is against them, because God identifies himself with those who are lonely, those who are forsaken, and those who are oppressed. He is the father of the fatherless. He is the source of your comfort, your hope, your help, and your strength. So God is on the side of those who are oppressed in their wages, the widow and the fatherless. This is a God of love. We serve a loving creator, that he is here with you and he is for you in your present experience. He is on your side, and remember, he is going to hear your cry, and he's going to send you help from the sanctuary and strengthen you out of the Zion. He is going to deliver you. This is the Word of Life with Andre Knight.